Bonjour, everyone, and welcome to this jumelage dedication ceremony between Winchester, Massachusetts, and St-Germain-en-Laye, France. This year, we have been sister cities for 26 years, and we are eager to celebrate with the dedication of this recognition sign here in Winchester and the dedication of Avenue de Winchester in St-Germain-en-Laye on October 8th of this year. Sister cities were started under President Eisenhower, and they were meant to connect people together from different countries on a one-to-one basis. And that is what we have accomplished. We have connected on a person-to-person basis and on a local government-to-government basis. All this reflects the close ties that France and the U.S. have embraced since our revolutions. Our jumelage here in Winchester has helped exchange over 700 people, including choruses, firemen, students, gardeners, town officials, artists, bridge players, and traveling wine lovers. We also sponsor concerts, lectures, and Taste of France evenings. Our Winchester High School French class has exchanges with the Lycée Jean d'Albert. And as you can see, we have a number. They were given special permission to come over here on a school day, play hooky, so they could participate with us, along with their French teacher, Joyce Anderson, and some other instructors. Okay, local families host St-Germain-en-Laye interns, young adults, that spend the month of July working in local businesses. Since 1999, we have organized fall adult cultural trips, going 1 year to France and the next year to the U.S. This year, we have a total of 44 people going to Lyon together. All of these are really about person-to-person connections. Making friends in France means that we can travel as friends and not just tourists, making travel most enjoyable. So now I would like to introduce our distinguished speakers. St-Germain-en-Laye President Mark Milutinovich, he's from France. Mark? Okay. Winchester Board of Selectmen, Lance Grunsback. Lance. Winchester Town Manager Richard Howard. State Representative Michael Day. And the French Consul General Valérie Fraulein. And I would also like to recognize the presence of Kathleen van Denben and Barbara Bocano. These are the President and Chief Operating Officers of the French Cultural Center. Over the years, this organization has been providing French books to our library. Mary Louise Burke, in the audience there, is president of the Boston-Strasburg Sister City Association, and we often attend each other's events. I would also like to thank Jay Gill and his crew from the Department of Public Works who installed this sign and have provided the red, white, and blue flowers. Also, we want to thank John McConnell, our Vice President, for creating the design for this sign and for putting together our newsletter. And also, many thanks to our hard-working board members, Tom Savini, Scott Ridlin, Norm Duchette, Susan Rotzos, and Tom Michalak. So, our first speaker is going to be... And
Sunny Savage.
And Sunny, our new member. Sunny, I keep, sorry about, yeah, Sunny Savage, and Kevin Drum. So, I think I got them all. Anyways, they're very hardworking. I'm now going to turn this over to our former jumelage president, Judy Mute.
good morning. When Annette set this up, she said, Judy, I want you to tell everybody how this started. It's kind of a kooky story, so I said, okay, I'll tell the story. So in 1989 was my chairmanship year of the Board of Selectmen, and I was here at Town Hall in April when the fax machine buzzed, and the girls took one look at it and said, Judy, I think this is for the selectmen. So I took the fax, and it was from a gentleman in Virginia who said he was hired as a liaison for a mayor in St-Germain who wanted a sister city on the coast of the United States. Would we be interested? So without talking to any of my other selectmen friends, I faxed back and said, of course. So we'd be interested. Well, it happened that my husband and I were going to France on a trip in September. And so I told the liaison man, he said, fine, I will let the Paris office know, and when you arrive, they'll arrange everything, and you will meet Monsieur Michel Péricard, the mayor of Saint-Germain. We said, wonderful. So off we went to Paris, and we were there 5 days, never heard from anybody. I had called the office, okay. So finally Al said, well, Judy, what do you want to do your last day? I said, Mooch, we go to Saint-Germain. I've got a little medal from the 350th because both cities, Louis XIV was born in Saint-Germain in 1638 when Waterfield was formed and became Winchester. So we have that connection. And I also had a lovely picture of Town Hall, which I decided not to present. I'll tell you why. So Al said, are you sure you haven't heard from anybody? I said, Mooch, you do trains. He spoke French, I didn't. You do trains, I'll take care of the mayor. But we go to Saint-Germain. So off we went to Saint-Germain. We arrived and found out, bless his heart, he got the wrong tickets, so we had to duck under the turnstile. We did not get caught. And we went upstairs, and the first thing I saw was a chateau that blocked out all the vision halfway to Paris. And I said, there goes the picture of our town hall, which would get lost in the courtyard. So I put that away. So then I asked somebody, the mairie, s'il vous plaît, oh, right here. Big, gorgeous, imposing bit. And off we went. My husband kept hanging back and hanging back. So we got in, and there was a big desk with a very chic secretary at the desk. All French women are chic, be warned. Puis-je vous aider, madame? May I help you, madame? And I said, oui. I practiced my sentences. Je voudrais voir monsieur le maire. Oh, you want to see the mayor? Yes. Well, and whom shall I say is asking for the mayor? Well, this was a crucial moment, right? And I'm thinking, France doesn't have selectmen. So I looked her straight in the eye, my husband was dying, and I said, Je suis Madame la Maire de Winchester aux États-Unis. Oh, well, she picked up. So 2 minutes later, our dear, dear friend, some of you know her, Michel Berdaud, Mawa, came flying down the marble staircase. Judy, Al, I said, oui, well, come with me. Well, the rest is history. It's been great fun. And I hoped then that the jumelage would grow and be fun and be interesting, but I don't think even I dreamt of the level of support and exchanges that we've had. And keep in mind, the fun exchanges are wonderful, but the other thing we both share very closely is the occasional and severe grief visited on both cities through terrorism as well as personal losses. So our closeness is really a wonderful thing. Thanks so much for coming and joining us. It's wonderful.
That's the responsibility.
Yes. Yes.
This
Yes.
is the real
The
moment.
official unveiling. Really beautiful.
Don's good news, it's the same one we saw before.
Richard Howard, safety words.
Thank you, Annette. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for turning out. It's been my pleasure as town manager to become associated with the two associations and have the chance in 2012 and 2014 to travel over to France with a great group of individuals from Winchester, and whether it's to have learned about industry in France like Airbus, or great engineering feats like the Midi Canal or the spirituality of places like Mount Saint Michel, or when we went to Normandy to be at a place like the Colville Cemetery and be with Mayor Lamy and all of our Twin Cities representatives for a very moving ceremony there. It's been wonderful to have that cultural exchange. For me personally, to bring back some of these stories to the selectmen, and to now with the help of Judy and Annette, and I want to thank DPW folks and John for collaborating on the sign.
Michael Day.
Good morning, everyone. I have the honor of being here on behalf of the Commonwealth. I represent Winchester at the State House. I was talking to some of the students earlier about maybe I can filibuster this for an hour so they can stay out of school for a little longer, but I think Judy would have my head on that sign if I did that. So I'm going to wrap it up quickly, but I just did want to comment on what a great relationship this is for the sister cities. We heard about the president founding the sister cities, but I think this is one of the model relationships that exist out there. It's certainly one of the most vibrant relationships between sister cities in the world, certainly in America. And just to echo a little bit of what Judy and Richard were saying, the value of this goes beyond, you know, the fun trips, learning of each other's cultures, learning what makes us different, what makes us the same, can't really be stated adequately. The interconnectedness that we have in allowing students to go back and forth, allowing ourselves to go back and forth, appreciate each other's culture, is something that is going to help bring everyone together and really just break down a lot of barriers that may otherwise exist. And so in that spirit, I was thrilled to be able to, well, I will be welcoming an intern over in my office this summer, and she's going to be understanding firsthand how we run our government. So good luck to her on that. But I'm able to hopefully cement that bond even further and continue this fantastic relationship. So sign's fantastic, and it's just a symbol of the relationships that are forming this bond. I'm really looking forward to welcoming this intern, and I appreciate you all coming out today. Thanks.
Jumelage French President Marc Milutinovic.
Thank you, Annette. Good morning, bonjour. Je suis très, très impressionné d'être parmi vous aujourd'hui. I'm very impressed to be here with you. First of all, I want to say that on behalf of Monsieur le Maire de Saint-Germain, Emmanuel Lamy, and the City Council in charge of International Affairs, René Priou, I represent them because they do apologize not to be here, but it was a little difficult for them, and they have asked me to be their speakers, and as well as I'm the speaker of the association. So first of all, we want to say we have been so deeply touched by all the messages you gave when we had those horrible attacks back in November. These messages, the pictures you made around this town hall, and everything I've been through Atlantic to Saint-Germain, touch us, all of us, in our heart. Because we know that we share the same values. We share what we call freedom and democracy, and we share the motto of France, which is liberté, égalité, fraternité. That's very fundamental. And finally, I want to close this little speech by one word. One word which represents you, which represents us, who represents Monsieur le Maire, who represents our officials. This word is commitment. We and you are committed to this jumelage. This commitment today is the strongest one, one of the big ones, and we have a lot of experiences of those commitments from both sides of the Atlantic. And we do personally are very, very proud of that. And this commitment is from everybody, and we do thank you very much. Thank you very much.
French Consul Valerie Frelon.
Thank you. It's a very important partnership, and I wanted to be with you this morning. So we often say that France and the United States are the oldest ally, and France is the oldest ally of the United States. That is true, and I would say that it's my deep feeling that we have never been closer this moment. So, through the special links created between French and American cities, people have the opportunity to discover, of course, other cultures, other languages. Building sister cities helps to develop a mutual understanding and to foster fruitful actions of cooperation. For the past 26 years, Winchester and St-Germain-en-Laye have made their jumelage a true success because of you, young people. A few minutes ago, State Representative Michael Day and some other honorable guests gave us a great example of that success. The upcoming official opening of Avenue Winchester in St-Germain-en-Laye, where Boston companies, and very famous Boston companies such as Bose and Gensheim, have decided to establish themselves. You have standing in front of you a very happy Consul General of France. Regarding Winchester and St-Germain-en-Laye proper, I have no doubt that the current visit of Mark Milutinovic, thank you for being with us this morning, the president of the St-Germain-en-Laye jumelage, will be a great opportunity to deepen your partnership. And to me, the future of your partnership is in its youth. It is one of the reasons why the annual summer internships of St-Germain-en-Laye students in Winchester, during which they are hosted by local families and work for local businesses, are so important. It's a great opportunity to instill a passion for our long-lasting friendship in the heart of young people. I know that we can all count upon your dynamism for the twinning to move forward, and I want you to be assured that you can rely upon me and upon the French consulate in Boston, as I know we can count upon you. Thank you very much.
I also want to give a shout out to former Jumelage presidents Jack Rowe and Lucy Delaney, who are also with us. And thank you all very much for coming.